It is I, Peter Millard, Prince of the Plunge Saw, King of the MFT. Get your questions in now. While you're doing that, I want to tell you why I've got rid of my domino and bought a Parkside biscuit jointer. If you notice, it's got a rubber. So, Peter, he's gone already. Rog, get your quick. Go on.
Thank you very much for sending me your domino, Rob. I really appreciate it. I've only got one other one, so
beginners and all.
An old man.
We've got to give beginners a chance. Look, get your questions in for Peter. We've got him for an hour. Rog, roll the intro.
Can he do it?
Can he do it?
Yes, he can.
You can do it. Yeah.
I'll do it, mate.
It's Thursday night at 7 on the dot. You know what comes next. We got a shed full of blokes with facts and jokes, all with a common interest. You can share your views on all things shed. You can join and chat whenever you are ready. Everybody's welcome, a chance for you. Join us in Shed Space. If you like the quiz, then don't miss this. We're looking for the GOAT. There's a golden carpet, if ever enough, you won't be allowed to go. Come and share your views on all things shed. You can join and chat whenever you are ready. Everybody's welcome, a chance for you. Join us in Shed Space. Join us in Shed Space. It's Thursday night at 7 on the dot. You know what comes next. We got a shed full of blokes with facts and jokes, all with a common trick. Come share your views on all things shed. You can join the chat whenever you're ready. Everybody's welcome, a chance for you. Join us in Shed Space. Then don't miss this. We're looking for the GOAT. There's a golden cup. If you're bearing out, you won't be allowed to go. Come share your views on all things shed. You can join the chat whenever you are ready. Everybody's welcome, chance for you. Join us in Shed Space. Come and join us in Shed Space.
Hello, Sheddies, and you join us in Shed Space. And all I can say is thank God for the intro, just to give us time for a bit of a breather there. We was having a discussion just backstage, trying to put things together, and it just didn't go to plan. Too many things went on to count. But anyway, gentlemen, thank you coming in tonight. It's always an honor with you guys. And look, we've got Peter Millard on Shed Space. I mean, what is happening?
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. And look, get your questions in for Peter. We've got him for an hour. So he said anything goes. So whatever you want to ask him.
Ask me anything.
And if anything, then fire away. And look, we'll have a bit of this chat going forward. If anyone else has seen anybody else on Shed Space, got Rog from the Garage Workshop, who's learnt never to paint anything when the wind blows.
Yeah.
We've got Mark there that don't mention the P word. We've got Frank, who's got a bit of a thing for workshop pencils or carpenter's pencils.
Apparently.
And sustainers, but and that was sustainers, not suspenders. That's on the other live chat we've got. But
That's the other live chat.
Yeah. And of course, we've got the one and only Peter Millard, who can get anything done in 10 minutes. Right.
I can get anything done badly in 10 minutes.
There you go. Well, I just want to sort of
Brilliant.
But for anyone that's living under the rock that's never seen Peter's channel, and a second part to this question, actually, Peter, you've seen Shed Space. In fact, probably a couple of episodes. I asked you to come on. Why? You must have been drunk. All I can say, you must have had a few wines.
You know what? I love these things. A little bit of chat, a little bit of banter. I do a live call with my top level members once a month, and it's a nice kind of chatty sort of thing. Yeah. And I just really enjoy this. This is the kind of thing that's actually missing with guys in the workshops. This kind of interaction, and I think it's extremely important not to get overly serious about it. But you know, it's actually, you know, women start networking at a much earlier age. My daughter's got the address book about this thick. That started when she was at school. Blokes tend not to do that particularly well. So I think these kind of little chats are really important. Really, really good for everything. Really, so, you know, and good just to be able to bounce ideas off people as well. Even if you don't take their advice. If you choose to listen to their advice, of course. He said, well, we get all sorts of comments coming through, and I mean, I don't know if Heath's in tonight. I don't know if you're having a look at the questions, but he's built a skateboard with a chainsaw motor on there and a radio out of an ammo box, and all these sort of wacky and wonderful things we get up to in sheds, workshops, spare rooms, whatever. And it's good just to have a chat about what we're up to and bargains on tools, etc. So, so thanks very much for coming on. Roger's in control as well today on the comments because I can't do two things at once. Roger's a teacher.
Not in control, though, apparently. Sorry about that.
No, it's no big deal. It was overlooked. No one noticed it. Your fault. So... overly seriously, no chance of that, of course, yeah. And I'm just having a quick look through the comments now, who's been in at the moment.
I see we got Leo today. Leo, he's in here somewhere. I've seen him.
Is your mic, Frank, don't panic, right? But do you want to unplug your microphone? Just do it like you did last time, it worked better.
Talk amongst yourself. Oh my God.
Okay.
Frank's talking Dalek now, isn't he?
Yeah. It's a cross between 2001: A Space Odyssey and Metal Mickey, that TV show.
Brilliant. And Mark, are you coming back onto YouTube soon, or what? Or is it?
I'm here now.
I asked you to do a short, and you want.
Yeah, no, I've done it. I've just been rather busy.
It.
My bloody life of being busy doing all these jobs for other people, it sort of gets in the way of a
real
fun,
reality in life. Yeah,
reality in life. Yeah. I've rushed in here tonight straight from a job, as I said backstage. So I've literally just gone. I'm just doing a 60 square meter patio at the moment. So laying that. Well, I haven't started laying it. I've been doing all the Type 1. I've done about 20 ton of Type 1 MOT.
Great fun.
Laying all that out the ground, doing all the sub-base shit at the moment. So
you've got a lot of things in common with Peter actually as well. Peter, you did your renovations. Was it last year or this year?
I did the sensible thing. I just paid somebody else to do it.
You didn't do anything.
Yeah. Very much hands off on all that.
I'm sure I saw you sanding down a wall on one video.
I did. I did. Fiddled around a few little bits of around the edges, just to make myself look good on YouTube. But most of the time, no, the actual proper work was all done by professionals, thankfully.
By the professionals. Yeah.
Otherwise, I'd still be doing it. Yeah. Big space.
Right,
yeah. Sorry. You're obviously happy with the results.
It's turned out very nicely. There's a few, as always, there's a few little niggles that, you know, if you had done it yourself, they would have been fixed, but I wouldn't have been fixing them until the end of this year, probably, because it would have taken me that long to get around to it. But it's great. It's a transformational space. These sort of big extensions, they're pretty commonplace in terraced houses, certainly in London. You do a side return and you go out a little bit more. And it creates basically what is the perfect workshop size, around about 40 square meters, 400 square feet, completely wasted as a kitchen. I think we ought to have the utility room as a kitchen, and that could be my workshop. But,
it's so true.
It's fly particularly well, unfortunately. So,
but parties around your house are a thing to be known now, yeah. I think that's
Well, yeah, I mean, it was great to have everybody, all the family around at Christmas, and it just kind of, the house has been really good. These little Victorian terraced houses are surprisingly, they just kind of eat people up without too many problems, really. But when you got that sort of space and you got all the family in one room, it's great. It's really nice. Yeah.
It is, yeah, and I had the same. That's one of the reasons why we did it. Actually, knocked through, and just when they come round. I mean, it's myself and my wife in the house at home, so we don't need all that room downstairs. But it's just so much better when the grandkids come around, kids come round. So we've got some questions coming in for Peter. I've got Alan here, from Northern Ireland. Good to have you in, Alan. Gents, are you spotting anything? Are you going through? There was one. Go on.
There's no real questions. I just had a question for you, Peter, before we start. Where you film your videos, is that like a separate, or workshop away from? It's away from your main house, isn't it?
It's literally across the street from it. Yeah, I mean, this is. I mean, it's literally here. This is my workspace, as you can see. It's a small commercial space. Where our house is, we have a big old brownstone building opposite us that was bombed during the war, and the part of it that was bombed was rebuilt in the 50s. It's a hideous blue tile monstrosity, and I've got a workshop in that. So it's very, very small for a commercial workspace, but those kind of small commercial workspaces are like hen's teeth. They're really hard to get hold of, and it was very economical. The rents have crept up since, but it's very economical in terms of London pricing. So it's very good. Yeah,
and handy on your doorstep, literally on your doorstep.
Yeah, literally. The only way it could be more convenient would be to have it attached to my house, and then it wouldn't be a commercial space. So then you get a whole load
of course,
issues,
and it's good to have
disposal of waste and all that sort of nonsense.
Yeah, I think it's always good to have that separation from home life and work life, or whatever it is. I always feel the same when I work from home, and I prefer to. I've never been one for having a spare room and having a desk in there. That's why I come to my shed, actually.
Right.
Work from home up here, so it's literally out the way. No knocking doors, no phones ringing, all that sort of thing, and it works wonders. What was going on there? I mentioned I saw a comment of. Sorry, go on, Pete.
I was going to say Colin Firth's tunnel would be fantastic. I would love that.
Yeah, I think when I'm obsessed with Colin Firth's channel, and when I did my videos from Maker Central, I did a Colin Firth checkup where I kept checking up on him. But when you look at the engineering that goes into that project, the one he's doing now with the car lifter upper, if you put aside the fun of actually watching him do it, the engineering involved in that. It's like, I mean, he makes all sorts of incredible things, but to have that turntable and bring the car up and down,
I know,
it's going to be amazing when it's finished.
You'd hate to be his neighbour, wouldn't you? Can you imagine?
It's got two sides to it, I suppose. It'd be good for
Isn't his neighbour the one that swears all the time on the video, though? That's
hilarious.
Neighbour, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, he's hilarious. He is. Yeah, I mean, look, anyone that can achieve something like that and actually just get on and do it as well. I mean, he always said that he did it in secret, didn't he? So he didn't want the neighbours to hear. And using all done by hand and pneumatic tools, etc. But yeah, crazy. You got a comment on there, Rog?
Yeah, it said, Peter, did the LEDs you put up behind you stay up when you fitted them? The ones on your pool?
They did, actually. My hot melt glue has worked extremely well. Fitting the little blue gels were a bit more hi Anton. Fitting the little blue gels were a little bit more problematic because they were all a bit dusty by then, and the sticky tape wasn't quite fitting, wasn't quite sticking very well. But no, the LEDs have stayed up absolutely fine. In fact, I got to get off because I had to reposition some of them. So, but no, double-sided, of course. But no, hot melt glue, big fan. That stuff is like. What's it on a blanket?
Yeah, it's good as well for putting feet on legs. You know, when you want to, I don't know, I'm making adjustable ones for this workbench actually, just to adjust the height. Splodge of it, stick the bolt in it, and it makes like a nice little pad.
I've never used it. Hot melt glue.
Really?
Never. No. I use a lot of different CT1s and OB1s and everything else. Power and grab, all the different those type of things. but I've never used hot metal glue. I don't know whether I'll find an application for it. But what's it used for?
Anything.
Anything that you want to grab quickly.
Right.
Yes.
And you don't mind having a bit of difference in so it's not going to go completely flush. There'll be a little bit of glue in there.
Oh, right. Okay. So it's going to hold, but it doesn't. You're not going to have a completely flat.
Yeah, you wouldn't use it for putting a joint together, but for sticking tiles onto a display, for example.
Right. What's the applicator for it? What do you put? How do you apply it? Is it the clue in the name? A hot metal gun? Have you got?
It is basically. Yeah. Sorry. I'll go and grab one. Hang on.
I'm actually asking. I'm asking for. Because I'm actually asking, I don't actually know.
I suppose it's one of those things that people assume. I think it's one of the things that people assume that everyone's used, but you've
never used it.
And that's a battery operated one, yeah.
This is a corded one, though. It's got a wire on it.
Right, okay. Just looks like a large one.
The Tech 305, very good gun.
Right.
So basically, Mark, just to explain that, you get them sticks, you shove it in one end.
Yeah,
you got a squeezer that squeezes it through, like extrudes it, if you like, through a tiny nip. Heats it up as it's coming in through, and it comes out a nice little splodge, and you can just stick it in. It's a good little. I suppose it's one of them things where you've got cable ties, you've got gaffer tape, and then glue gun's another thing to have. You know, for those quick jobs on. On the hoof, yeah.
Oh,
Rob, when you're getting back onto the lathe, but yeah, I was going to ask Peter the same question. I think Mark as well, and there's some similarities actually, Mark and Peter. Mark, in your past life, you were a cabinet maker, weren't you?
I was a furniture maker, cabinet maker, kitchen fitter. Yeah, all of the But in a previous life, now I'm builder and carpenter and landscaper and everything really. I have a landscaping company and a building company and all sorts. But yes, I originally started out when I was a boy. Yes, Peter, way back when. I'm only 22 now. So, yes,
a few hard years have been gone.
He's had a long paper round.
Yeah, long paper round. Yeah, I did a milk round actually. I didn't do a paper round. I did a milk round. Anyway, we won't go there. Bloody freezing in the winter.
Funny enough, I was going to say, didn't you see glue guns when you were at school? But back in the day, I think that's when I was first introduced to it. Is a glue gun at school. I think that's when they just came out.
Yeah.
But I think they were using flour and water when you were at school, weren't they, Mark?
It was tablets of stone, mate.
You didn't have tools, just hands. You didn't need tools, you just needed hands.
No power tools. You were just hands. You're just scratching at things. Yeah.
That's it. Brilliant. So I was going to say about the lathe. I was actually going to ask a question because bit of a controversy, I suppose, on my Parkside lathe, but I loved it.
No, Rob, no.
And do you
surely
know what?
not.
I was expecting it, and I set myself up for a fall all the time. I love it because, there's mixed opinions, but what was I trying to get at? There's some opinions out there that if you buy a cheap tool and you're a novice or you're just starting out, you really want something better, so you get into it more rather than putting up with all the problems that come with having a cheaper tool. Whereas the experienced turners could use something like Parkside and achieve something great from it. So I'm sort of interested in what people's line of thought is. And I think it sort of goes back from the comparison, one end of the spectrum Festool down to Parkside. But there's a place for everything, even down to the £10 drills, I think. I don't know what everyone's opinion is of that.
Well, I think as a Parkside owner, and also on that lathe on my channel, and I got quite a lot of I got panned in the comments quite a lot for the dangerous way I was using it and things like that. I never imagined in a million years I would ever use a lathe, and I'm not going to go out and spend £300 on something that I'll probably use once or twice a year. So I sort of bought it to learn whether I would like it enough to buy a better one, if you know what I mean. So having used it a few times, I certainly would never better one because it will do everything I ever need it to do. But apart from anything else, if you don't try these new tools and experience them, you'll never get to see whether you like it, are you? You know, I might have all of a sudden thought, wow, and really take it, and it was I think when I bought it, it was something like 30 quid. It was absolutely nothing, and it's not massively powerful. I get it, but it's enough to get that foot in the door to think, actually, yeah, I would like to do more of this in the future.
Yeah. And it's the same sort of thing. I always think if you put in a set of shelves up once a year, you buy the cheapest tool ever, cheapest drill ever. But then if your job entails having a drill, then you buy the best one you can, I suppose, and it's everything in between. Have you ever turned yourself, Peter? Do you do that?
I haven't. No, never have. I was hoping to. I was fortunate enough to be invited along to an Axminster event with a few others fairly recently, and they took us into little groups and gave us a talk and a demonstration about various things. And the first one that we went into was on lathes, and we were all hoping to have a go. Unfortunately, it turned into like an hour-long discussion of chucks and tailstocks, and we didn't go nearer. Didn't even get one spinning. I don't think it was just didn't get nearer. So it's something I would very much like to have a go at, but just haven't found the time or the space for it, to be honest. I mean, the Parkside thing, I think, like Roger said, it's a great idea to cut your teeth on something cheap and cheerful to see if you want to use a bigger, better version. I love a cheap tool. I think I'm a huge fan of supermarket saws and all the other stuff. I've said before many times, I wished we could have had this sort of stuff around when I was first setting up. To have a Parkside plunge saw would have been game changer for me. I had to sell some old bits of photographic gear and save for a while and force myself to buy a Festool. So because that was the only one around. So
this is it. It makes it more achievable for people on a budget. And I've had a few comments in the past. And, look, each to their own. My videos are generally about Parkside, and why don't you save up and buy a better tool or blah, blah. Well, I'm on a mission to buy every tool pretty much going. If I did that, then I'd have to rearrange the house. I'm waiting for every single one to come out, bit by bit. And I think this is how they achieve it, because they buy obviously a bulk load. I don't know, 1,000 units at once, and they promise these manufacturers will shift them in 2 weeks. Whereas it was a higher, I suppose, different branded, but slightly higher spec. It might take them 2 years. I don't know. It's
they wouldn't shift. They wouldn't shift in a supermarket. They wouldn't shift. No.
Well,
if you had a higher brand, I don't think.
Of course, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You missed that. Yeah, they wouldn't shift. Not in the same way. It wouldn't. I mean, people would buy it, but you're appealing to a different market in a supermarket, and you're appealing to people like this. So you want to have. It's good to have a go, practice, because it's there for everybody. It's there for everybody, and actually, it does. As Peter says, it's made being in a workshop, having a go, learning, having a go and learning, and that's part of the fun. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's not about that. It's about just having a go, and that's actually what it's made. No, if someone like me who's using professional tools all the time, doing jobs for paid work for all sorts of people, you need tools that are completely different.
You say that. I had a comment the other day on me pressure washer, my portable Ghostbuster jet washer.
Love that.
And,
That's fantastic.
and he, apart from the comments that said, "Can you fire petrol or diesel out of that?" There was one guy that said, "I'm a builder," and I think he's been for the last 30 years. I think he said that. If you're watching, let me know. And all he's got is Parkside tools, a builder, and he uses them every day. So take that however you want, but. And I suppose there's some that do, some that don't. Depends how much rubber's on the handle, of course. That's the longest tool.
Talking of Parkside, Rob, Michael's posted a question for you.
Oh, yeah. I'd love to. My lawn's too short, and I'm going to change it to fake anyway. But if anyone is watching, is buying one of them, definitely send me a video of it in action. I'm really fascinated to see how good that is. You sat in an armchair in the back garden just watching your lawn being mowed. 200 quid apparently. 200 quid.
I've got a friend that's got one. I've got a mate that's got one. He's got quite a big lawn, and it just parks itself. It returns when it's getting low on charge. It goes back, plugs itself back in.
What, in a little hut?
Yeah.
Like a kennel.
They're not cheap
It goes
pieces
back
of kit,
to base,
those.
it goes back to the charger, recharges itself, and once it's charged, it just comes back out again.
Oh, perfect. It's like the vacuums, yeah.
Oh, it's amazing. It's got obviously it's got light, so if it's working at night, it'll just not that it needs to see because it's not, but you could so you can see it and don't trip over it if you decide to run around your garden at night.
Yeah, I'd be putting my dog on it and putting cats on it and all sorts.
It's fascinating to watch. I've seen it enough times go running around the garden, and it just goes on all yeah, brilliant, amazing.
That is definitely one of those. I think is it a gimmick? I don't know. He's
constantly going around the garden. He has got quite a big lawn, but to be fair to him,
what make was that? What make was it?
I have no idea. It's the fact that it takes itself off to bed to recharge, and you don't have to do it. It just automatically knows it's got to get back to there. It's got enough charge to go there. That's the bit that I found. Wow,
fantastic! That's
brilliant.
Amazing. Right, let's do shed space. And for anyone that doesn't know what shed space is all about, not shed space, shed goat. Confused. I've got too many bits of paper.
Too many sheds.
Shed goat, shed graces of all times. If you don't know the rules, I'm going to definitely highlight them this week because there's some discrepancies on what it means. So we used to ask questions, and if you got high broadband speed or whatever, the questions were coming through very quickly and it gave no one else a chance. So what we do now, we give you a question and it's the nearest number 2. So with 5 questions each week. Yeah, 5 questions each week. Anders, are you in tonight? I'm going to give him the benefit. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt though, because I think he thought that you had to type it in really quickly and then spit it out there. But anyway, so yeah, closest number. It's our rules. Don't complain if the source is incorrect.
Don't Google. You can't Google the answer.
Google. That's what I'm trying to say. Can't Google. Can't. I won't say it. You can't use your Echo.
Your Alexa.
If you've got
say Alexa.
Yes, it's gone off now.
Everybody with one of those has gone off now.
It's gone off. How to set everybody up. Alexa, what's the weather like?
Alexa, play heavy metal.
Yes. Here's a playlist you might like. No, I don't bloody like it.
Stop there.
Oh
dear.
Oh,
right. Was there another caveat to that? No.
Well, you can't Google, and we'll give you time to actually get your answers in because of broadband speed. Everyone's got slightly different streaming or broadband or internet speed, so we'll give you a bit of time, and then it's the nearest.
Yeah. So,
or if you get it bang on, brilliant. It's even better.
Yeah. Right. So I'll do the first. You've got the questions there as well. Have you got a mark? Yeah. Probably not.
Somewhere. I'm actually off that app. Hang on, I can get them.
Do you want me to do the first one?
You can do if you want to. If you can hear you, your microphone.
Can you hear me all right?
It's crackling a lot.
Loud.
Crackly.
Yeah.
It's very crackly.
Oh, before we do it, I was going to check sound levels. Does that sound too loud if you've got earphones in?
That's good.
Okay.
All right, okay, that's good. I like the prop. I've got a better prop than that, because it was goat. I thought, well, I've got this for whenever we see a winner. But then I thought to myself, right, it's not really shed goat, is it? So I thought I'm going to get a goat bell, all right? I tried looking for goat bells, and they're about that small. So I thought, that's no good. So I got that.
Yeah. We'll be in the sound of music in a minute. We're
going to say high on a hill with a lonely goat.
High on the hills with a lonely goat.
Sound of a lonely goat. Just let me know if that's not burst anyone's eardrums.
Don't go there.
Right,
Come on.
Right, good. I'll send that back then. Right. Let's Rog, fire away, mate. Everyone look out for the answers, yeah.
First question. You can hear me through my dodgy mic.
Oh, I won't bother, Rog. It sounds crackly, mate.
Yes, crackling.
Shall I do it? Just in case.
What's the most amount?
Yeah, I'll repeat it. Are you doing the first one? I don't know which one you're doing. Could anyone hear it? I can't remember what I did for number 1. I've not got mine.
I've got them here. In front of me.
Oh, yeah, it's all right. So, yeah, right. So Roger said, how many cars have ever been made? How many cars have ever been made?
How many cars in the history of cars since Henry
history of
or
cars.
since
Including
Daimler.
Flintstones.
Yeah,
Daimler. Daimler made the first one.
Daimler
Yeah,
Benz.
Daimler
The
Benz.
Daimler Benz was the first car. Then Henry Ford made it to the masses.
Production line, yeah.
Yeah, production line. He was the first to do production lines. I know that, but yeah, it was Daimler Benz. Yeah.
Yeah, people are coming up with the billions. God.
Yeah, they're on the right track.
Oh,
We'll give you that clue.
How many?
Ooh, we'll get. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
oh, it's quite close.
Don't resist
I won't give
using
it away.
Google.
Don't give it away.
I'm not. Resist using
you-
Google. You've got to sleep tonight thinking, I used Google and I feel so ashamed. Not that these lot will care less. They'll sleep quite happily going, oh, yeah. I won.
Yeah, not a care.
Not a care in the world.
7.3, 20 billion, 2 billion, 8 billion. Oh, we got
Right,
some.
do a
Close. We got some close.
Just to clarify, these are actual proper vehicles, not corgi.
Oh, you know
toys
what?
or nothing, yeah.
Yeah,
That-
you can drive. That you can
yeah,
drive.
You can drive. Okay.
That
not,
sort
not
of-
pedal cars.
It's not a matchbox.
No
car.
corgis.
Okay.
No corgis.
It's not
No
a
on wheels.
matchbox
No
I used to
matchbox.
play with when I was little. No. My big.
Peter, that's the sort of question. That's the sort of comments we get actually on the chat. Someone will find a
It
hole
is,
in
yeah,
the comment.
Right, we've got someone
the best-
close, but nobody's hit it.
Right, okay then. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We got anyone close?
There was a close one.
There was a close
What
one.
was it? I'll read it out.
Richard Woodwards is close. Can I see anyone else?
It was 2.183 billion.
Richard is
be
2
exact.
billion.
There's a
saw
2.3
one.
billion.
Is 2 closer than 2.3?
2.3
No,
closer.
2.3 is closer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2.3 is closer.
2.3.
Oh yeah,
is-
you didn't have abacuses that big that back in the day, did they, Mark?
What? You don't have abacuses. I was gonna use some. I know.
Yeah. Resist. You have to resist.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah,
Right.
No, well done.
So we're going for Ken. Ken? maybe?
Ken? Is it Ken? Are we happy? Ken Haley? Just to clarify, from last time round, Adventures of Anders won 2. No surprise there. But then we realised what was happening.
Google it.
We realised what was happening. And so then it was Scrapbud Andy won 2. And Ian won 1. But then there was also Gregory Finney, because Ian answered a question and he got it almost right. But someone, well, in fact, it was Ian, got it. Gregory got it spot on. So I put him on the board as well. So, where's my pen? Ken Haley. Next one. Whenever we're ready. Ken oh, I rang the bell.
Ring the bell. Ring the bell.
Ken Haley. Hey.
There you go, Bird. Come on, bring it.
Burst some eardrums. Right. Who's next? I'll do the next one. I'll do.
Come on. I can do one
I'll do
afterwards. I'll do the third one.
All right. Okay. Right.
Can you read?
What was? I mean, you am I doing it? Second one, yeah.
You are. Yes, mate. You are.
World record here, right? So for the most rings found on a felled tree, what was the most amount of rings found on a felled tree?
I'm assuming we know what the rings are for, what the rings are on a tree. I'm making that assumption.
Yeah, I think is that the proper term?
Yeah, everyone knows that.
Well, to give you a little bit of a clue, the tree was nicknamed Prometheus.
We've got 800, 500, 1300, blimey, 400, 2300, 310, 550. Keep them coming.
Oh. Right. Don von Trumsky. You're either. Yeah, I'm going to give it.
Yeah, either Don von Trumsky is incredibly knowledgeable, or there is some Alexa or Google help.
Yeah, we're gonna give you the benefit of the doubt, Don von Trumpsky, but you might be a tree surgeon that was around in 1963 when it was felled, but we had to know. So we're going to give that one. Is that you're actually 5 out?
5.
So you've either looked at it and thought,
the laughing emojis from Don. Laughing emojis. We've got laughing emojis we put up.
Oh,
Possibly.
I've not seen John von Trumpsky in before, so we're going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, no, lovely to have you here, Don von.
Yeah,
Trumpsky.
lovely to have you here. Please don't check Google. We'll let you off.
Don't do Google.
Don't do Google.
You've got to use your brain and try and work out.
That's a brilliant name, that is, though, isn't it? Don von Trumpsky. Fantastic name.
I wonder who that is. I wonder who that's parodying.
I wonder.
Don't. This is a everything in that world free zone. This is.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Adrian said, yes, it is. You're right. Yeah. The roots. That's it. Right. Who wants to do the next one? Oh, I didn't ring the bell. Next. Mark.
Right. It's me. Yeah. Right. Ready?
Or is it Pete?
Well, I'm good. I said I'd do it. Here we go.
All right, go on.
Right. What year was the mechanical air compressor invented? What year was the mechanical air compressor invented? What year? What
No
year?
Googling. No Googling.
No Googling. Unless you're an expert on that, historian of tools.
Random question. What was it invented for, do you think? I mean,
I'd say compressing air, really.
Compressing air to do what with?
We're very close.
First ever whoopee cushion. I'm trying to think what. Is it something to do with water, do you think? Might be something to do with water for
maybe
the first
to clear water out of a chamber or something. Yeah.
Might be, yeah. Bubble stimulation. Is that the right word? Bubble stimulation? That doesn't sound right.
It sounds like a good word.
Doesn't it? Yeah. It's never been used before. Are we finding anything close?
Right.
To use in Adams put to use in what? Cassians. What's Cassians? Caesians.
Caesians.
Caesians. What is that?
Idea.
I have no idea what that is.
Can we Google that?
You can Google that.
Yeah.
Google, yes. Not a clue. I'm asking the question, but that's because I've got the answer here. It's not because I actually knew it. What year was the mechanical air compressor? There is a really close.
Yeah.
Couple of close.
Caisson is
yeah.
box-like watertight structure used to work on foundations underwater.
I think Adam knows.
Access to the seabed.
Of course.
Also,
Brooklyn Bridge. Bridge. Yeah. You had a comment about the Brooklyn Bridge, actually. I'm right mentioning it, Peter. I've just thought about. You mentioned it. Was you in Brooklyn?
I couldn't remember. Can't remember when the Brooklyn Bridge was built. That's the only trouble.
We've got some close.
No, I was talking about Maker Central.
Oh yeah.
just to fill in, I said to Peter, I don't think I'm going to make Maker Central. I was loving to go have a walk around. Never been there before, and
yeah,
No, carry on, Peter.
I was just going to say, yeah, the first time I was due to go to Maker Central for the first one. I was due to be there with Andy Mac Gosford, and there's 2 bank holidays in May, and I got the wrong one to go to New York. I was the only person in Brooklyn wishing they were in Birmingham. Yeah, speech of everyone's sins.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So, have we got anything close then, or are we?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple of close.
I'm trying to work out which is. We got
Right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Answer was. Mark?
The answer was 1776. So we have a 1755. That looks closest to me. Dawn again. Dawn. Don von Trumsky.
I think that's the closest.
It's the closest, isn't it?
I think so.
Don von
Well,
Trumsky.
Adam was 1734. 1734. Adam was there.
Phil,
Closest.
Philly to 1750.
It's 1750, yeah.
17. Is it 1755?
What did Sean say? 1782.
Is there a 1782?
Yeah, Sean.
Sean had 1782. That's even closer. Okay,
Okay, sorted.
Sean. Sorry, Sean.
Hold on, Sean.
There's the goat herd again.
Right, next one.
Nice one, Sean.
For Sean.
Well done, Sean. Good one.
Frank, you ready with the next one?
Yeah, shall I give it a go? Right, which one are we on?
Number
Okay.
4.
Anyone you like.
Right. How many episodes of Doctor Who have been made? How many episodes of Doctor Who have been made?
Is that the real Doctor Who or the woke Doctor Who?
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
I think
Any-
the woke
any
Doctor,
Doctor Who.
Doctor Who, just one was enough, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's true. So that's one's been dismissed. That's been wiped from memory.
yeah.
I have
Bring
no
back-
idea what you're talking about. The woke Doctor Who. No idea.
Oh, okay.
You don't want to know.
Forget it.
You don't want to know.
Better to stay that way, Mark.
Yeah, forget it. Yeah, forget it. Forget it.
Tom Baker was my favourite.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, he was the voice of Little Britain as well, didn't he?
Yes, yeah, he did.
Classic. I don't think that's allowed anymore, Little
That's
Britain.
not
I don't
allowed
think
either.
it's-
No,
Probably not, no.
that's been taken off.
Not much left, is there really?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
There's nothing left from 1999 to now.
Beyond that, I'm surprised any 1970s stuff is still there.
Yeah,
Anything from the 70s that we grew
yeah,
up
forget
with.
about it. Yeah.
Right, carry on.
Oh, we're doing a
What we got?
countdown.
Oh, oh.
5.
Apparently,
4,
we've got a
3,
Doctor Who weirdo in
1.
the house.
We do.
We do. We have a Doctor Who weirdo.
Weirdo.
Yeah, Phil,
Fill your boots.
Fill your boots.
Yeah.
I'm a Doctor Who weirdo. Brilliant. Well, it's this bang on, isn't it?
That's it.
Well admitted. I'd never admit.
Well, I've got a sort of weirdo, geeky sort of question that I was going to call the emergency one, but I think we don't need to use it, so I'll ask the question anyway, and you can have a bonus point. I'll come on to that in a minute. So, we'll do announce it. How many was it, Frank?
Right. It was 884, and it was spot on by Fill Your
There we go.
Boots.
There we go.
Brilliant.
Hold on, Phil.
Well done.
Yay.
Yay.
Can I just check? Is my mic back on or not?
It is.
It's on, yeah.
Yeah, you're back on the line.
No
Is it
crackle.
Frank that has the yay right at the end, like there's a delay? It goes, yay.
Yay. Yes.
It's like
Yay.
it just reminds you of hello, hello. You know the guy. Oh, I'm probably not allowed to talk about that now either. But
Oh, probably not. No.
Probably not.
no,
You're
but
gonna cancel
yeah,
in a minute, mate.
he always
You're going to
finishes
get
off his
cancelled.
sentence.
You're going to be shut down.
I know, crazy, isn't it? Right.
Right,
That's
Peter,
right.
Peter.
Of all the screwhead types you can imagine, these are my least favourite. But what year were the Phillips screwhead first used, or Phillips screws first used?
Philip Scrooge.
Why are they your least favourite, Peter?
Why use those instead of posies? I just, why do they exist? Why are the screws that hold guide bushes on always slotted instead of, with many unanswered questions? But they're just always around, and posies is just so much better. No coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Let's not get started on Robinson Square Drive.
Oh,
No.
I could get you on the. I could get you started on the length of power leads on power tools.
oh no, don't sign off.
No, we don't want to go too in depth.
Yeah, well, that's something else, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
What year were
Right.
Phillips screws first used? Have we got anyone?
Got someone close?
We do have
We've got
somebody
someone
bang
bang
on
on.
it.
We have got someone
We
bang
do.
on.
Oh, there we go. Ring the bell then. Who we got?
We got
It's not John
Uh,
John
Useful,
Trump, is it?
useful.
useless to useful. The answer
Hey,
is
Brett.
Brett.
Brett's in the
1936.
house.
Well done.
Well done. Well done, Brett.
Well done, Brett. And by the way, that's who wrote the theme tune.
Ah,
He didn't sing the theme tune, but he wrote the theme tune, as Dennis Waterman once said. That was Little Britain as well.
It was Little Britain, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so is that it?
That's
Yeah,
it.
that's
Yeah,
it.
do your
You got
emergency
your-
question if you want for a bit of fun.
You got your
Yeah,
bonus
that's this
question.
bonus question, and it'll separate. Well, I don't know. I think everyone will get
Rob, I've
this.
got some questions for Peter as well. Don't forget.
Oh, what? Oh, you're doing it on this?
No, but I've got some for Peter. We could ask him.
Oh, let's finish the shed goats off and then go on to that then.
Okay.
right.
Do that. Yeah. Right. Last one. And this is just a bonus question out of the blue. I've forgotten it. Right. I should know this off the top of my head anyway. What number? Ready for this? Ready for your keyboards? Because you're pretty much all going to get it. I just want to see the first one who gets this. See how good your broadband speed is. What number is the answer to life, the universe, and everything? Go on, man. Who's the first one to get that? Who's got the best broadband speed? That's what we ought to have a segment on, the best broadband speed.
Oh,
It's a bit sad if you need broadband to get that.
Yeah, right. Adrian.
Well done, Adrian.
Adrian's got the best. Hey, I'm going to do a segment
Adrian.
called Best Broadband Speed.
Not only the best broadband, but also the right answer.
Fill your boots. What are you doing? 34?
Right. If no one
Can
knew,
you remember what book that was from, though?
Yeah.
Yep.
Was it from the first one or the second one? Can never remember.
I don't know. First one, it. I'm wrong.
I don't know. I'm not going to Google it.
I hardly read. I watch the movie. With what's his name in it? Him out the office. It's quite a good film, actually. If anyone's ever seen it. Stephen Fry does the narration. I think it's Stephen Fry? Yeah, I think it is. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, if no one knew. So that's it. Brilliant. Thank you. Shed Goats.
Well done, everybody.
Well done, everybody.
On board. Well done. How long before I get rid of that? But I think I've chipped it now, so I can't send it back to Amazon. So anyway, we'll find another use for it.
Give it away as a prize.
Yeah.
My supper. God, I'm glad she's not watching. Right. You got some questions, Rog?
Yeah, I thought, seeing as we do, the go every time, I thought we'd ask some questions around Peter, to Peter, and to everyone who's watching and see. I'll only do a couple in case he doesn't get any of them right. But these are all questions about your channels, your channel videos, Peter.
Oh, my God.
So if you're in the
no.
comments, do you jumps on first and can answer them? I'll just do a few. But the first one of Peter's first video was on a Festal Sustainer Merca hose hack, if you remember. I think it might have been your first one ever. How many likes did that video get, Peter, do you think? Give everyone a chance to guess in the comments. How many likes do you think Peter's first video? I'll give you a choice. Was it 743, 566, or 1,043?
I would have gone for 42. I mean, I've no idea. I haven't. No, I haven't. Genuinely don't look at those really. So
What was how old was that video, Rob?
It was, I want to say it was the 11th of November 2016, I think it was.
God,
Just a guess.
that was my first ever video as a 10-minute workshop.
Yes.
But I put 2 out a year before. I did that one, and I did another one 6 months later because I was told you had to be regular. And then 6 months after that, I did the what started the 10-minute workshop.
Yeah, it's fairly regular.
Yeah.
the rest is history.
Consistent.
Yeah,
The rest is,
Yeah.
Okay, so what answer? What did you think it was, Peter? Was it 743, 566, or 1,043?
I go for 566.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Correct answer.
Well
Well
done. Good. I always go.
done.
Fell out. Right.
Here's a good one. I like this one. Has Peter ever made a video using the Craig pocket hole jig system? So don't say straight away. We'll let everyone have a chance to answer. Has Peter ever made a video which features the Craig pocket hole jig system?
I noticed you bought one, Rog.
I bought the new one. I've actually got two now. Yeah, I love those things. I know they're the sort of kryptonite to a lot of woodworkers. And when you watch a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of people poo-poo them, but I like them. But I haven't got any other fastening solution. I haven't got all the other, like Pete's got the lamello and all those different things. I've just got a pocket hole jig. But I think they've got a good place.
Do you want to buy a biscuit jointer?
Damn right. I've got a biscuit jointer, just not a Parkside one.
Double the price. Double the price.
Yeah.
Not on the shelves anyway.
So, what was has Peter ever made a video using the Craig pocket hole jig? There's a lot of no's in the comments I can see. Yeah. Peter, have you ever made a video?
When you say featuring, what's that mean exactly?
Has a Craig one ever appeared in any of your videos?
Yes, it has.
And how long ago was that?
Very, very early on. It was probably in one of the. I used to make those MDF tables that went for an interior designer, and they went off to get sprayed. And on the inside of them, it was really hard to get the base attached to the leg. So a pocket hole was actually one of an efficient way to do it. So yeah, I used to somewhere still got it, a single Craig Junior or whatever they call it.
Yeah, the little one that you hold on.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, one more question. I'm saving this one to the end because I do like this one. Has Peter ever made a video which includes in the title, "Well, they both suck"? Is that true or false? So get it in the comments, true or false. Has Peter ever made a video and including in the title, it says, "Well, they both suck"?
Is this on Peter's other channel?
My OnlyFans.
You can go on mine and Frank's channel at 12 o'clock. Talking about
I want to know, thank God.
Sustainers.
Right, just give you another couple of seconds in that. There's a lot. It's any of his channels ever. Has he ever made a video?
That one.
15-minute channel.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, he's digging you up.
Scoping out tools says it's on my members channel. Very good.
Right.
The price of that, I think.
So I think overwhelmingly everyone says yes. Peter, have you ever made a video that includes in the title, "Well, they both suck"?
I'd love to say I've never used such an Americanism, but yeah, I did use that for a title, comparing the Aldi vacuum to the.
I think it was the Festool, wasn't it?
To the Festool Sustainer.
Yeah, it was.
The City Assist. Yeah. Yeah.
You've got to have a good hook. You've got to have a good hook in a punchline. And
give it a try.
That's right. Try everything. Okay, brilliant. Superb. Look, I've got a segment here. Thanks for answering Roger's questions, Peter. A segment called Almost Perfect Peter. So this segment, we might carry it on. We might carry it on going forward. But we've all seen his channel, most of us, I'm pretty sure all of us. And perfect measurements, accuracy. Everything is so beautifully detailed. It's like a craft, like a dance, like a beautifully architectured tune. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But there must be some times where you've made mistakes and any sort of dope moments, mismeasured something, can't fit it for a door. There must be a few.
Oh yeah.
Go on.
You want to share?
Yeah, share. Share with the group.
I mean,
I'll just ring the agent now and just let them know.
Yeah,
that there's
the joy of editing, of course, is you get to hide. What's the old joke about? Doctors bury their mistakes, and architects plant ivy.
Yes.
YouTube is you just edit it out. It's fine. Yeah, I mean, there's just stuff happens. Life just it happens that way. I made on the cabinet behind me there, the drawer cabinet. I made so many mistakes on that. I did actually do a video about those, I think, fessing up to them all. But they're just stupid things going wrong. I cut the middle really tight on birch ply, you know, the cost of that stuff, and I cut the middle section to the, you know, just too short. It's never too long, is it?
No.
It's never too long, so you can trim it back. It's just too short, and then you can't use it for anything else. I just you know, a million. It just stuff always goes wrong.
Of course, yeah. I've often thought it'd be good to have a tape measure that says "Are you sure?" written all the way down. Are you sure about that?
Measure again.
Well,
you know.
I saw today. I'm going to jump in. I've just remembered. I was driving to where I'm working in Portland, down here in Dorset, and past me came a carpenter van called "Just Measure Twice."
Brilliant.
Yeah. Well, there
Love
you go.
it.
Thing is, that's his title. So when he cocks it up, he's going to be.
I know he's letting himself out there.
He's setting himself up. But I thought, yeah, just measure twice, carpentry. I went, fair enough. Brilliant. Never seen him around. I don't know where he's come from. I have no idea. But I haven't seen him in all the years I've been driving around. But I noticed it this morning. I was like, wow, what a name. Brilliant.
Roger, have you got a few? Forget about.
Oh my God.
Is it too soon to measure the wind? To mention the wind?
Yeah, the 3D printer cabinet with the whole tin of brand new paint on it that went all over the floor. I still think my funniest one is I made a couple of wooden sawhorses, and I included it in the video in the title. So I don't think everyone saw it, but I made some wooden sawhorses and they were really sturdy, and I put a piece of wood on them. And the last shot of the video, I laid on the top of the board on top of the wooden sawhorses, and they did hold for at least 5 seconds, and then they collapsed, and I went down like a sack of spuds. So yeah, that was my favorite one. But it's one of those ones where I did laugh, and I thought, oh, hopefully the cameras clicked off and it didn't record it, but it did. But I included it in the title.
Content.
I've got to say, Roger, you are an absolute trooper for keeping the cameras running. When
you didn't get hurt, you didn't hurt yourself.
You missed
the whole thing. Oh, you know,
you missed the bit where he's kicking in the fence, though.
Heart-stopping, stomach churning moments, aren't they? And good for you for keeping the stiff upper lip and keeping the camera running and and fessing up to it. Because I think everybody can relate.
Yeah, and I find that I do stupid things, like I keep walking into doors in my, like I move my workbench around, and quite often I forget it's there. The amount of times I've tripped over that and fallen on the floor and stuff like that. It happens to everybody, doesn't it? I mean, I keep it in because, I don't know, it would feel a bit weird. And I think sometimes when you watch these YouTube ones, especially these massive, like mega YouTube channels, you never see anything go wrong on there, and I bet you they have tons and tons of stuff that goes wrong, but it's just good for everybody to get it, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Exactly. We're all human. Frank, you got any?
I think most of the time I end up leaving, when I'm making a video, I'll leave them until the end. It's always good for people to have a laugh at my expense.
Of course, yeah, you put your bloopers in,
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, so, I mean, some of those, sometimes when I make a video and there isn't any of those, I get concerned. I must have done something wrong. But I think the most angry I've got because something's gone wrong, I made a motorcycle stand for my friend's got a vintage Greaves motorcycle, and I was making this special stand which is like a triangular shape, and it had like about 300 finger joints. So like I'd cut these 300 finger joints, but it was all triangular and they all had to go in together, and I did dry fit after dry fit and it was all working fine. But it was a hot day. I put the glue on, and by the time I'd managed to get it all lined up, the glue had started going off, and I snapped off half of the teeth. And it was like, it was one of those moments when you just want to cry, so you end up just abandoning hope. And I wouldn't mind if it was just a piece of wood, but I'd spent about 3 or 4 hours previous to that designing and cutting out on the CNC machine, like the actual race number. It was so frustrating. But
I bet.
it wasn't one of those trip over collapse type things. It was just so frustrating. But I got there in the end. I changed the design, made it, and it was all good. So, but yeah, it's one of those cry moments. Don't like them. But,
Yeah. And they always say, of course, something like that happens, you just literally take yourself off to bed, lock your shed door, whatever, take yourself to bed and reassess it the next day. Because I've got myself wound up. I get frustrated with inanimate objects. It's like, oh, it's your fault or whatever, holding something. Like, I need to take my frustration out on something. But
sometimes it's just not your day and you need to come back another day. That's, you know, no matter what you do, it's going to end horribly. So just call it a day, go and have a beer, come back tomorrow.
A cup of tea normally works.
Cup of tea, yeah.
That's it. Brought a question up. Is it a question, Roger, or something you brought up there?
Do you know, just about a lot of people saying in the comments how important it is to keep those bits in the videos. And I think, you know, it's difficult when you make YouTube content, isn't it, to know what's keeping and not keeping. But, you know, if you're one of those people, and I'm sure you're like a lot of you are like this, I haven't learned this lesson yet, but my videos are all like, some of them are 50 minutes, some of them are 10. You know, I'm not very good at keeping the timing right, but I think if you're trying to stick to some sort of algorithm of getting it under 20 minutes or under 15 minutes or under 10 minutes, there's more of it's easier to leave some of those bits out, isn't it? I mean, so for me, when I was making that 3D cabinet, I put the hinges on and filmed it, and then I put the hinges on the other side. And when I came to edit it, I thought, why do I need to show the video? I put the hinges on twice. It's the same thing duplicated. And I think if you're under that pressure, you don't. I think, you know, keeping those mistakes in is what makes the channel real, isn't it?
Of course. Definitely.
I nearly made a massive cock up this morning. Nearly on the job I was on, very nearly. It was like, oh shit moment. I was operating the digger. I was on and I happened to have driven it up on top of a big pile of Type 1 MOT. So I was shoveling it around because we were getting it back, and but because I was so high up, and I turned probably because I was half asleep early in the morning getting started. Because you like that, you've got this stabilizer down there. I swung it around this way, so now it was on side, and because the bucket was on its full reach and I was putting it down, it nearly took me over. I nearly pulled the digger over, and I was like, "Oh, well, it was a moment." And because I was up probably three or 4 feet in the air, I'd driven up the on top of the MOT as well. So
it woke you up.
Yeah, it did. I managed to get the bucket down and pull it in at the same time really fast. So the center of gravity moved back to the digger. But I was like, well, that was nearly. So that would have been that would have ruined my day.
Yeah, exactly. Did you put it down as a near miss? You put it in a near miss?
That was this morning. I was like, oh, just one of those things. It just
wasted as well because you didn't have a camera running.
No, I didn't have a camera at all. No, you'd have seen me go, oh, this thing. It was like, it was tipping, and I just managed to get the bucket down and back to me and swing the center of gravity back, and it brought me back because it had a full load on the bucket as well. So that was adding the weight to because I was like, you idiot. And then I was like, get off the top here. So I moved myself around and worked with the bucket to get myself off down. And then
you'll not be doing it again, mate. Look, you won't be doing it again. You'll learn.
Not in a hurry. I'm quite comfortable using diggers and things, but not. No, that was a moment this morning. I was like, you idiot.
Look, we're up to an hour and 5 minutes. We always say we try and keep it to an hour just to try and keep it packed in. Unless anyone wants to add anything else. I've put all.
Can I just say a big thank you to Peter for coming on?
Yes.
It's been brilliant having me.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Cheers, Peter. Thanks so much for coming on. And I was gobsmacked when I asked and you said yes. And I could only put it down. You must have had a really good wine that night. And woke up the next morning, man of principle, say, "Oh, it's the wine. I've got to go on. I've got to go yes now."
Always up for a bit of chat.
Yeah, look, it's a good game for a laugh. Thanks so much, Pete, for coming on.
Pleasure. Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, pleasure. Absolute pleasure. Look, I've put in the description everybody's channels in case anyone hasn't seen any of the channels and you're watching it on a recorded, whatever, it's not live, then it's all down below. If you can give us a thumbs up, it really helps us out.
Or 2
seconds.
Yeah.
To get them all on there. And I think that's about it.
Check
How
everyone's channel out. Check everyone's channel
Yes,
and just
definitely.
keep supporting.
Yeah.
And
When's
more-
your next video coming, Mark?
Yeah. I've
just gonna-
got some on the pipe. Don't you start. I've only just met you.
Look,
I was
Peter,
doing well
Peter
about
fits
a
in
year ago,
perfectly
and
here.
life got in the way. I'm still floating around. So yes, there will be some videos. I will get back to it, and I'll.
Are you doing an instructional video on using
Digger
Digger, Mark?
driving.
Yeah.
I'm digging you. Not yes, I can do that, but not while I'm trying to throw the thing over. Yeah. Although I don't think many people in this it depends who you are. We're going to actually hire diggers. I'm not sure whether that's you never know. You never know, do you?
They won't be hiring you now if you've seen this.
No,
I know that.
definitely not after watching me this morning. You know, messing around on top of my. I thought,
And you've just announced it to 53 people. Or everyone's going to watch it afterwards. So
Yeah,
share it.
It's
Share it. Yeah. I know.
it's
all
live.
fun.
It's live.
It's all fun. Thanks a lot, chaps. Really
Thanks,
appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
I think we've covered everything. I don't think there's anything else. Check everyone's channel out. Check Peter's website, 10-Minute Workshop. I think it comes under Peter.
Yep. 10minuteworkshop.com.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks. Who wants to sign out? Who's got a good signing out? Mark, you haven't done it for a while. Go on. How do you used to say it? You ain't got to. In fact, you can't do it now because you don't know how to put.
You've changed the name of your channel. It used to be the Small Workshop event from me, Mark.
Hey,
So for me, Mark. Yeah, here we
It
go.
rolled off the tongue. Now it's like the cat. Go on.
Yeah. For me, Mark, at Cat Woodwork and Building.
No, it doesn't flow.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
You
You want to say from me, Mark, Cap. That's it. That'll do.
For me, Mark, Cap. What did I say? I haven't said it for so bloody long. I can't
Small
remember
Works
what I said.
Adventures.
Just do this.
Yeah,
Bye.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, everybody, for
Thanks.
watching. We'll see you
Thanks.
next time. See you on the other side. Cheers.